Hey guys, welcome back to Crank's Fab Shop, episode 4 of the Opossumzilla R32 GTR build. So in this one, we're going to start taking apart this RB26. We've got to get the oil pan off so we can get the differential up to Glenn with calibrated dynamics up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Gonna try to meet him at the border. Don't really care for going to Ohio, but
me not care about no Ohio, Father Lawrence.
But hey, is what it is. If we have to go, we'll go. You're welcome, Michael, because that's how dedicated we are here at Crank's Fab Shop. Possum Works to get you the product that you want and desire. Anyway, let's get this thing tore apart. But first, a little Richmond Cars and Coffee action.
Should be warmed up. I wouldn't mind.
No, but they've probably just been set.
Like, I don't hear it either. Like, so I had her start the car and I was under it and I couldn't feel any air coming out of it. Yeah, and yeah, there was a little bit of smoke.
Yeah, dude, that thing is
I
sick.
had to waste See, mine would stick open and it's just, every now and then it would feel it. It was like that diaphragm just flattening forward. Yeah. Like, you know, almost. That's the light. Oh, yeah, that's what makes me. I didn't know it had a parachute on the back end. Get you a station wagon. Check it out. Yeah.
Oh, in the car with me is fine.
I think the big thing for me. Really close, it looks like.
Oh no!
That's cool. Clutch slip or something.
So, yeah. Hopefully disconnecting the battery works. It did for the Suburban. I mean, the trans was still hurt, but at least it, like, let us put it in gear.
There we go.
I think you're gonna have to rev first out a little more.
Okay.
I bet it won't. It's doing the auto.
Yeah.
it'll automatically shift down, right? Even if it's in manual mode. So that's what it's doing, is it's doing a safety to not let you shift below a certain speed into third. So you're just gonna have to rev out first a little more, and then sort of use second as like you're holding the clutch in.
I'm probably just gonna leave it in third. Get there all the way in third.
You think you take off okay? Well,
No, I mean like I'm not gonna go past third.
oh, okay, yeah. That's...
They informed me about the stage 1 transmission, but like the car didn't also make that much power. So
yeah.
like it's not like it was on E yet, but it was.
I did it up to like 30 at least.
I have no acceleration.
Oh gosh.
Where's my?
Nothing in first?
Not really. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to go. Clutch high temp, engine malfunction.
Need a ride?
Yeah.
So as you can see here, we got our RB26 sitting on our hydraulic lift table. We need to get all this off and get that away from the engine, and then get the engine up and probably on that thingy. That way we can drop that oil pan on down, because you know it's got the diff built into it there. So somewhere you can sort of see, there she is. But yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this here drain plug to get the transfer case draining, and then we're gonna pull the front drive shaft off. We just got a couple bolts there that will pull out, and I think it should slide out from the transfer case. We'll find out in a minute. We're gonna do that. Need to take our shifter off there, and yeah, start pulling some of this hardware off. So we're back. We broke it loose here. All right, while that's draining, go ahead and start, like I said, pulling that front drive shaft out, pulling that shifter off, and yeah, I think that's really, once we get that, we'll be able to start pulling the hardware, making or loosening up the hardware. I'll just sit that there for now. See you all in a minute. All right, so I may have to mute this because I got music playing, but my hands are too nasty to turn it off. I've got our 4 bolts out, and yeah, so the drive shaft just sort of slides right out the front. All right, so we turn the music off just in case, you know, I had to mute that last one and put words on the screen, or do a, well, actually, I'll do a voiceover, I guess. But anyway, we got the shifter off. We got our drive shaft out. And so now there's, I believe, a pin in here. Yeah, so there's a pin in there. You can see, I think there's maybe like 2 pins. There's a inner and an outer pin. So we're gonna pull these off, and I think I may try to get me a paper towel or something. Sort of ran in there behind there. I was watching a video and the guy had the transmission set up on its end, but we can't do that because the transmission is still attached to the engine. It will be getting detached, but I figure I'll start, you know, pull the transfer case off. We're going to be reusing it, and then we'll pull the transmission off right there. Since we will not be reusing it, this will be going into storage. But so yeah, I just want to show you all where I'm at. So let me get some stuff set up, and yeah, we'll get back with you here in just a moment. Whenever we get this loose, I think we'll pull these 2 out, and yeah, I think it's going to be like a 12 and a 14 millimeter. So all right, let's do it. These bolts out, like I said, we had a 12 and a 14 millimeter head, and let's see if we can. All right, so we got that. that pin to get out. You can see I got my paper towel there. I'm going to use this punch. It's a little bit bigger than the small pin that's in there. I'm going to see if they'll both start to come out together. They may or they may not. And if not, if it gives me anything, I'm not going to, you know, try to force it, because let's see, where is that at? We're just going to use this little pecker.
What?
I don't want to use a big pecker to try to knock that out, so we just got our little ball peen pecker here. 8 ounce, yeah, that's pretty small. So yeah, let's see here. I don't know if I can really set you all up. I can, but I don't have my tripod with me, so let's just see here. Just use my phone there as the hammer. I'm kidding, I'm holding the hammer with the same hand. Yeah, I can't really do this holding the phone, so let's see here. Giving a little too much resistance, so I'm gonna knock that little pin out and then the big pin. And we're back. And we've got a little punch to go along with our little pecker. So, make sure, yep, so you can see, maybe, yeah, it's gonna go right through that bigger pin and should knock that little pin out. So, I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, so we've got our little pin and our big pin out. My paper towel trick worked awesome. Held it in right where it needed to be. We were able to reach in with that magnet and pull them out. So no worries about anything falling down into the transfer case, because we sure don't want that. We don't want any FOD going on, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all probably don't know what I'm saying, but you aircraft guys, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But anyway, I guess that does apply with their transfer case. We don't want any foreign object damage going on, and this would be some foreign objects if they're not where they're supposed to be. So yeah, now we're going to start pulling all the bolts out from around this transfer case and try to get this thing off. All right, so I'm guessing, so this is actually the Atessa drain for the all-wheel drive stuff, which makes sense being the transfer case. I'm guessing that's either transmission fluid, and you know, it all runs through there. So yep, that started leaking out on me, making a mess on my floor. Sly cat, what's my dude doing? All right, transfer case is off. Got all of our hardware here. We're gonna bag it up, and yeah, I may actually go ahead and, well, no, I was going to say go ahead and put my bolts back in the respective holes that they go into, but I guess I only need to pull that 12 out to get to the pin, because it doesn't go all the way through. Only that 14 does. But still, it needed to come out to get to that pin. We got our shifter. I think it's there. So we're going to bag and tag all this stuff and let that drain. And we're going to have to do some major cleaning very soon. We've got our transmission clutch off there. I need to pull off that flywheel, and then we just need to get this engine lifted up off of the cross member, you know, pull the engine mounts off and all that kind of good stuff. And really probably I've got a pallet that I'll probably set this down on, the way we can pull off anything that we need to while that one's still sitting on the pallet, and start transferring some stuff over. We will get that one on the engine stand actually pretty soon, but I don't want to just leave it sitting on there. I don't want to start messing with it until I really have everything ready for it. But yeah, so we're going to try to pull this pressure plate off. I'm sorry. We're going to try to pull off this flywheel. Got our transmission sitting over there, leaking fluid everywhere. As you can see, I should have bought in on stock for oil dry before starting this project. But here we are. Got us an engine sitting there. All right, guys, so it's Tuesday, and I did not record anything yesterday. I was in a little bit of a rush to try to get the oil pan off of this RB26 so we could get it up to Cincinnati, well, up to northern Kentucky. Glenn ended up meeting me 10 Soldier race cars to pick up that oil pan off the RB26 and the oil pan, the new the dry sump oil pan, so we can get the diff and all that stuff switched over. But like I said, I was in a little bit of a rush to get everything off and ready so I could get up there in time for the men's group. So let me show you what we've got here in the shop. I'll tell you one thing, it's a mess. That's what we've got in the shop, is a gosh dang mess. So we got our cross member there, our K member. So that came off pretty easy. We got our RB26 sitting here on blocks. Transfer case, clutch, transmission sitting there. A bunch of oil dry because we're making a mess. And then, yeah. R32 GTR, RB32. So we'll be pulling this oil pan off later whenever we get the dry sump set up and Glenn comes down. He's going to help get this all set up with the dry sump and just get this engine, the new transmission, everything ready to go back into the car. Glenn currently has Michael's M3, E46 M3 he's been doing some work on. So once he finishes up with that and finishes up swapping that diff, putting the LSD, all that kind of good stuff in to our dry sump oil pan, he's going to be bringing the M3 down to Michael, and he's going to stay here a day or two to help get everything set up with the oil pan. Like I said, we'll make the engine and transmission together, the clutch, all that stuff. I'm going to go through some parts to make sure we have everything that I think that we need. Just to, this is my first experience really going this deep with the RB26. This is my first experience really with the, the RB platform. But that's all right. We're figuring it out. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have just sort of a clean day because this shop needs cleaned really bad. I need to finish some wiring for you can see the ladder right to there. Right there. So I need to finish doing that, wiring my welder up. I did weld on a downpipe yesterday. I'll throw a picture like right here of the bung. We just welded a bung. And that was for the 5-inch downpipe that I previously talked about. He just wanted to change the bung location. Once he got the wiring harness in, he found a better location for it. So we went ahead and threw one in for him yesterday. Still just had to use my extension cord for the welder because I still have to finish wiring in that drop. And I don't know if you can see the wire there, but yeah, the wire there for the drop. So we got to finish that up and then we'll be good with wiring for a minute or two. But anyway, that may be where we end this video. I'm not sure. We'll see. So if it is, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you later.